Hello, one and all. Welcome to the Trash Goblin. What a fucking intro. Welcome to the Trash Goblin podcast. This is the first time that we're ever doing a video one, so we'll see how it goes. Andrew's putting a whole lot of tape on his face. If you don't know what the Trash Goblin podcast is, for the people that are normally listening, physical gags and goofs. We can do them because we're being filmed. We don't know how often we're going to do this filming thing, but we were like, hey, why not tonight? Let's do it and see what happens. So for those of you who are watching who have never heard of our podcast before, I'm Ethan, and Andrew, who are you?
I'm Andrew. And Andrew, who are you? Thanks for stealing my fucking
and
intro.
Andrew, who are you?
Yeah, Chonchus.
But we do this podcast. I'm sorry. We do this podcast every week, give or take. So if you'd like to check it out,
or I guess you're gonna put it up,
didn't.
whatever.
Yeah. But if you'd like to check us out, we again don't know how often we'll be doing this video thing. We'll see how it happens. But we do it on SoundCloud/iTunes every week. So if you go down,
Oh yeah,
you can go and follow us on there.
People
but anyway,
don't know about it being on iTunes. It is there. For some reason, I can't figure it out. It's our old logo, and I have
it's
tried
weird. It
everything.
will never change.
But it on phones, it's our new logo. It's just not on the computer. It's super weird. It's the old logo that just says TGP, and it's not good. But it was quick. It was thrown together, and
I made that in Photoshop in like 10 seconds.
That's what I figured.
Welcome to the show. If
Welcome
you're new here, hey, welcome to
all.
it. If you're not, then whatever. Thanks for listening.
We love you.
It's actually really cool because like we consistently have like over 2,000 people that listen to the show just on SoundCloud every week, which is super cool. Super dope.
It's more like 5,000 listens a week, roughly.
On SoundCloud, but total.
SoundCloud.
On SoundCloud? I thought it was like a couple thousand each episode on SoundCloud.
Most are almost up to 5,000 at this point.
Wow, that's
not
crazy.
all of them.
Dude,
not all of them.
Can you,
not
like,
all of them.
No. But like that's a crazy amount of people. So
pretty
thank you guys
insane.
for listening to the show.
You guys are wonderful.
Cool.
You guys are fucking great.
You guys are real rad, real cool.
Real rowdy bunch.
Real rowdy bunch. We do want to have some guests on the show soon because I'm sure you guys are sick of listening to just Andrew and I talk.
I know, right?
So hopefully,
Well, luckily
that'll
we were able to have
soon.
good old McFly.
Yep, that was good.
But yeah, we'll try to have some other people on soon. We had something lined up, but it just kind of fell apart, just scheduling wise. Nothing bad. It was just like, oh, we can't tonight. Whatever.
Yeah, we were gonna record a show with Aki Dearest and Joey the Anime Man last week because I was actually with them visiting them. If you don't know them, good friends of mine / YouTubers as well.
Go look
but
them
then
up.
just like time. Go look them up. Give them a good look
Go
up.
look 'em up.
Because of time zones and stuff, we couldn't do it. But
Yeah,
we'll
I
have
think I
them
got
on the
out of
show
work that
regardless
night at like
some
2
point.
anyway.
Yeah.
It was
So
a long
it just wouldn't have happened. But soon,
Yeah.
it'd be cool. But Andrew, what's new with you? What's new with your pretty face?
Nothing crazy new. I did a big boy bar shift the other day, though.
Ooh, your first big boy bar shift. Mm-hmm. That's fun. I've never done a bar shift before.
It was fun. I was pouring beers like a champ.
Was it?
Yeah, it was cool. I like pouring
Pouring
beers
beers
and
like
whatnot.
a champ did?
I don't know why. It's such like a simple
hell
thing,
yeah.
but you pull the little lever, hold the glass like little tilted, and then stop.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Gotta tilt it and
was
then
fun.
like slowly bring it up so there's not too much foam.
Or as it's known, head.
Head. It's got a good head on it.
It's got a good head on it. No, but it was really fun, and now I know a lot more about the beers that we have on tap, which is always good to know. Yeah, it was like I had a lot of fun with it. Making actual drinks is difficult because I'm just like nervous I'm gonna fuck them up.
Did you make any like real drinks?
I made
What'd
one.
you make?
It's called something spritzer, but it's like
A spring spritzer.
It's a spring spritzer. No, I can't remember the first word.
Spring spritzer. Fall
there's like-
elixir. My potions are brewing. That was it. That
Yeah, my potions. I just stir it in a
My
big
potions,
fucking
my potions.
cauldron, and then like strain it out into the glass. Oh, you can't get the chunks in there.
Get the chunks out. Get your.
Watch
Get
out.
your lacrosse
Watch out.
stick in there.
It'll curdle in your mouth. Watch out. There's milk in there. So much hot milk.
Okay, speaking of something, we'll get back to this in a second, but speaking of shit curdling in your fucking mouth, so never do this ever. I learned this from experience. Never have
hot. I know this one.
Never have hot wings with eggnog. It's a bad choice.
wait. I don't know this one. I thought this was a different story.
What did you think that I was gonna say?
Well, you have a good story of when you were like, hey, yo, there's some milk in the fridge. I'm going to check to see if she's good. And you went for it and it was chunky. Hold on.
Yeah, no, it was very
First off, first question. Why the fuck did you think it was a good idea in general to have eggnog with hot wings?
Okay, here's the thing. You know Christmas time, right? You're familiar with it.
It rings a bell.
It rings a bell, yes. So Christmas time, there's eggnog lying around in the fridge.
Yeah.
And I went to Buffalo Wild Wings the night before, and I had some extra wings. So I wake up the next morning. I think I also had this shit for breakfast too, which is also kind of gross.
No, it's fine. Having wings for breakfast is a normal part of life.
Wings and eggnog for breakfast.
Yeah, yuck.
But anywho, that's not important. But what is important is I was like, hey, I want some of these Asian Zing wings from Buffalo Wild Wings. It's got a little bit of a kick to them,
They've got a kick.
They've got that zing. But anyway, I was like, hey, I want to have these. They're a little bit spicy. And I was like, you know what? It's wintertime. I'd love a good old glass of eggnog.
That's so fucking gross.
What's the problem? What's the problem with that?
Why do you want ooh, yummy, spicy, and then, ooh, that's so sweet? Why do you want those flavors to mix?
I don't know.
You just all you did was ooh, spicy and ooh, creamy, and you wanted those mixing.
So I think the thing that I was thinking of was like, ooh, these wings are a little bit spicy. What's good with spice to calm it down a little bit is milk. I don't think we had milk at the time, so I was like, eggnog is kind of similar.
Perfect substitute. Just fucking
they're
raw
similar,
eggs in there.
but it's. There's not raw eggs in eggnog. Maybe there is. I don't fucking know. I don't even know if there are eggs in eggnog. I have no idea if there's eggs in eggnog. I don't know what it consists of. But anyway, had the eggs and
heavy cream.
Wings. I had the eggnog, had the wings. It was fine at the time. 20 minutes later, I was like, oh boy, bad idea.
Nelly.
That is a mixture. That is a mixture that you don't want to mix.
Did it curdle in your mouth or your tum-tum?
Your tum-tum, and then I threw up everywhere.
So, could you feel the chunks rattling in your stomach?
I could feel them
like a human
writhing around.
Like a human maraca, just like a shika.
Shika. Exactly like that.
Careful.
Very bad. Don't do that. It's not a good time.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, that's a terrible time.
No, not good at all.
Oh, God. But I wouldn't want the sweet and like the savory and spicy mixed, though. I wouldn't just be like...
I don't know what my thought process was. I do know what the thought process was.
Right,
it was literally, I don't have milk. This'll tame the spices.
Anyway, I did a bar shift.
Yeah, you did a bar shift. Sorry.
No, you're fine. I did a bar shift. And I made a something spritzer. So it's like 4 different types of alcohol and then like soda water. So it was easy, but it was just like, does anyone like this? And some lady comes in and she's like,
yeah,
hand me one of those spritzers. They're delicious. And I was you're going to get
do you remember what it was actually called?
Capo or a Capo spritzer, CAPO.
I'm not familiar.
Fernet. Gin, I don't remember, but it was like a good amount of stuff, and it was like,
did you make any Jack and Cokes?
No, but somebody ordered one. There were 2 bartenders on, and I was like, you want to get this? Because I had like 5 beers in my head that I was trying to pour.
Were you actually bartending or were you bar backing?
No, I was bartending.
Oh shit!
Yeah, no,
that's
it
awesome,
was
dude.
That's really
awesome.
Cool.
Had you not done any bar backing before?
Oh no, like I've poured beers and whatnot, but like that has never been like the main focus of my.
But you weren't ever a bar back.
I guess I don't understand the difference.
Basically, the bar back, at least from my experience with bar backs, is like they clean out all. They don't actually do any bartending. They just like take people's dirty glasses and stuff and wash them. And,
that's what I do now.
Kegs and shit like that.
Yeah, that's what I do now. Yeah, we call it utility. So I take, I'll take glasses, take trash,
but
and
it's
whatnot.
it's like specifically at the bar, and like you're changing out kegs. And
I change kegs, but I do it at the bar and I do it around the restaurant. So I do both of that.
So you are bartending then.
Yeah.
You're probably not like an actual bar back.
I guess I'm a bar back. They call me utility because I do both, like behind the bar and then in just the rest of the restaurant. But this was like my first actual bartender shift.
Dude, that's awesome.
It was fun, dude. I really enjoyed it. It was like, it's like, oh,
how'd you like it compared to a normal shift?
It was just different. I don't know if I'd say I liked it more or not. It was just a lot different. Like, because, one thing that I do like about the position that I have now is that I'm all over the place. Like I'm behind the bar. I'm on the floor. I'm on the patio.
You're really a jack of all trades, aren't you?
Quite specifically. And that was so weird. Quite specifically. I'm
Quite
also like in the kitchen
my
and
dear
whatnot.
boy.
So I get to talk to everybody throughout the night, which can be good and bad. So, but I think for the most part, it's good. I'm friends with pretty much everybody in the restaurant, except for like the few people who are just like mean by nature. But that's one thing I do really like. As a bartender, you're very much stuck behind the bar, and like, you don't really get to see your kitchen friends as much, or you don't get to go outside. Like you'll just be like, holy fuck, it's dark out. Huh. Yeah. Okay. Luckily, like my restaurant has pretty good lighting, but it's still darker back there, just because my restaurant is like kind of down a few stairs. So,
you get a different crowd at the bar too.
Yeah. Some good, some bad. That's the thing.
Oh, so, did you have any bad
no,
boys?
Thank Christ. Cause we did not have we didn't have a wrecking crew that day.
Yeah. Wait, so what day was this that you did it?
Sunday.
Oh, so that was probably fairly busy, yeah?
Yes and no. Our restaurant is so fucking weird on Sundays because I don't know what it is. Sundays are the most unpredictable days. Like, no question, the most unpredictable. I'd say second most unpredictable is Wednesday, which is weird. But it's like, well, because Wednesdays, like, it could be that, like, it's sometimes fucking dead. Other times, jam-packed. Sundays are like, all of a sudden, we'll have this nasty rush at the weirdest fucking time. Like, all of a sudden, 4 p.m., everyone's in there. 6 p.m., everyone's in there. Or dead. 7 o'clock hits, and it's insane. It's so weird. So
that's how it was at the restaurant that I worked at for a while too. Like it was so weird when we'd get like random pushes of people.
Right.
But granted, the restaurant that I worked at was really big, so we would have like random huge parties show up. But yeah,
I'd say my restaurant's like the same size. I think we can actually hold more people, dude.
I don't think so.
We have the patio.
Like you have outside, but how many tables are out there? Right
now we have 6, but we could fit 7. And we can go 3 long. Right now we're just doing 2 long. I don't know why we haven't done 3, but
yeah. I don't know. They're probably similarly
sized.
The place that I worked at had a lot of tables. A lot.
Yeah, it's longer. But anyway, it was fun though. I really enjoyed it, and I know a significant amount of beers now, which is cool. It's just like a good beer. It's just like a nice thing of knowledge to have. So like if you're out with people and like, I don't know what to get, it's like, all right, I'll help you out. I got you. D-O-W-G.
I got you.
So speaking of drinking and beers and such, I went to Vegas this past weekend.
You did, and I wasn't even aware that you were going, and you're just like, yo, I'm in Vegas, and I was like,
Yeah. No, and I wasn't like hanging out on the. I wasn't like hanging out on the strip or anything like that. I was hanging out with friends and stuff like that. And it was really nice to get a little bit of a break.
You are not the type of person to ever gamble. No, you maybe I've never $20.
I've never gambled. I'd like to try it just for a fun thing, but I'd never do it for an evening. You know, I'd play like one slot machine maybe.
Right, I'd go in, play a slot machine, giggle, and then leave. Like, I'm not a person to just like throw money at. Like, that just scares me too much because I'm gonna lose it.
Yeah,
like
it's so funny though because in Vegas, obviously they have casinos everywhere, but there's fucking slot machines at the grocery store. Like we went to the grocery store to pick up some shit, and just like near the front was like 4 or 5 slot machines.
Did you use
them? So
one?
Weird. No, I didn't. I did not.
Oh, okay.
I did no gambling. But I was hanging out with friends and stuff, so we weren't on the strip or anything like that. But we did go to Fremont Street one of the nights, which I don't know if that's classified as the strip because it's not like on the strip. I don't know, but it's a popular location. And I don't either. But you got like a little taste of the strip because it was like a little bit of the strip that's not on the strip. I don't know. Anyway,
either way,
it's just Vegas. And if you live in Vegas or you like Vegas, I might make you angry. I'm not sure, but it's so
kitschy,
trashy.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just like kind of sad. It's like a lot of like, I don't know. It's so touristy, which I hate.
I am right with you. I fucking absolutely hate the Fisherman's Wharf in SF because it's so goddamn touristy.
Yeah, well, I was just about to bring this up. Like, if you're from Maine, you'll know what I'm talking about.
I'm about to tell you something about this place, but continue.
It's like OOB to the max.
Good old Orchard Beach.
It's just so touristy and so like trashy and like there's so much going on. There's so many sweaty people.
It's so funny that you're bringing it up right now. Sweaty people.
Sweaty people everywhere, especially in Vegas. Dude, it was fucking 110 degrees. It was nuts.
Not for me. Not for me.
The difference, though,
I'll take 55 to 62 any day of the week.
No, well, there's a difference, though, because it's 110 degrees, so it's fucking hot. But I would take that 110 degrees versus, like, a 95-degree day in Maine. Because
dry heat.
Yeah, because it's 100% dry heat, and in New England, it's so humid.
It's humidity here. What are you talking about?
Yeah, that's what I mean.
No, you said it was
in Vegas. In Vegas, it's dry.
Okay, you flipped them and I was confuzzled. Yeah,
sorry, I goofed it.
No, you're good.
There's very little humidity in Vegas, whereas New England, it is so humid, and it's just like, oh god, you just start.
Like I'll get to work, start moving a little bit. I won't even be hot, but I'll just start sweating. It's like, ugh, this is awful. I'm just sticky.
Yeah. It's not a good boy. It's not.
Yeah, no, I'm glad you brought up Old Orchard Beach though, because I was talking to a friend today, and his roommate in college is coming to visit him here in Maine, and I was like, "What are you gonna do with him?" He's like, "Oh, I don't know. I haven't even planned it yet." And he's coming like tomorrow. I'm like, "You haven't thought about anything? All right, whatever."
What?
He literally has not thought about anything. And I was like, okay. Well, what are you going to go to for restaurants? And he was like, oh, I'm going to go to, I don't know, probably like Five Guys. And I was like, what are you doing?
Like anywhere.
Take him to like some of the good restaurants in Portland. Take him to fucking Eventide. Take him to fucking like Duck Fat or something.
If you ever go to Portland, Maine, which is where Andrew and I are from, we have the restaurants there are so good. We're a very foodie town. We're a very beer town. We have so many good like local breweries.
Straight up, I think there's like near 100 breweries like in the Portland area.
If Portland had a different name, it'd be called Beer Town, USA. Believe me, best beers ever.
Ethan, go wait in the car. I've had it. Go wait in the car.
Go away in your car.
Anyway,
Anyway.
No, so then I was like, go to these places. And then my friend Ben chimes in and he goes, yeah, you should go to like Old Orchard Beach and like the Headlight. And I just look at him.
No, thank you.
Why the fuck would you go to Old Orchard Beach? And he goes, I don't know, like, you should probably see it. And I'm like,
no, you don't need to see it.
And he goes, they'll probably want to see the
so
touristy places, right? And I'm like, who the fuck wants to see the touristy places? Like,
you go to the touristy places if you're going to a place that you don't have friends there, you know? Because that's all you know. If you have friends in a place, then they'll take you to the cool spots.
That, or if there's like one thing there that you enjoy. Like, I'll go to Fisherman's Wharf every once in a while in SF because a friend of mine works at the aquarium, and the aquarium's just kind of fun. So, like, we went over there, and we, went over to the aquarium. But that's like, that was the only time I have been over there. No, I went there 2 times this past semester. Once for that, and then once to check out like a glass thing that my dad did. And that was it. And I never fucking go over there because I hate it. It's so like, it just draws the life out of you because it's so like, buy this, buy that. It's all fucking tacky. And it's, it's like, I went to shirts to say like, I went to Fisherman's Wharf in San Francisco.
Cool
like,
as a moose.
Here's a crab. Fuck you.
Here's a fucking crab. Put it
Take
in your
a
ass.
crab.
Take a crab and go.
And like one of my friends, like when we did go to the aquarium.
I fucked a moose.
I
Portland,
fucked a
Maine.
moose in Portland, Maine. I also hit it with my fucking car.
I hit it with my fucking vehicle.
I forgot to kill the headlights. It just froze down the fucking road.
I shoved an entire lobster in my ass. Portland, Maine,
I shoved a
2017.
whole lobster down my gullet, broke it off, and shoved it down my sister's throat.
You ever sit in a giant fucking pot of water? A lobster has. Portland, Maine. Portland, fucking
Maine.
I went to fucking Stephen King's house. I shoved a whole book up my ass.
I climbed a fucking mountain in Denver and I passed out because the air was so thin.
You ever seen thin air? Denver, Colorado. Denver, California.
I passed out in the dry heat in Arizona. Phoenix, Arizona.
I literally melted on a fucking sidewalk, Las Vegas.
I like the image of that shirt saying Arizona, Phoenix, Arizona.
Dude, we gotta come up with some funny shirts to sell.
Probably deep in the mud.
Deep in the mud.
Did
we get any movie? I hadn't looked because
you didn't see any of the fucking amazing ones?
While I was in Las Vegas, so I've been having a lot of computer problems recently, but while I was in Las Vegas, also, I went in a pool with my phone, which was stupid, so my phone broke. So I also wasn't really like looking at Twitter and stuff, and I've just been really busy recently, so I've been a little not as much on social media as I have been.
Were
there any good deep in the mud posters?
There are some really good ones. I'll pull them up later and I'll retweet them. But I'm taking a break from Twitter.
Yeah. Do you want to talk about it or no? You don't have to.
It's not like funny or anything. It's just like my anxiety's been bad. So like I was
It's always good to take a break from that shit.
Yeah. I was like realizing that I was just checking my phone compulsively for like no reason. I would just be like, oh, like I should check Twitter, even though like I didn't need to even remotely. Yeah. So, or like I'd just wake up and immediately go to Twitter. Like, well,
sometimes sometimes it just becomes like a refresh game. Like you don't even like pay attention. You're just like fucking scrolling to just mindlessly. Yeah. I'm planning on taking a little break from social media / my phone in general, because I'm going back home for a wedding in September, so I kind of want to just not do anything.
I'm trying to at least just go for this week, which honestly is not going to be that hard just because of how fucking busy I am this week. It's my last week here at home. I tweeted about it yesterday when I was also saying I was taking a break. So last week here, and I guarantee you, have had this. If you're at home for a little bit of time and then you're going back and like you got a week, you're trying to see everybody. Fucking everybody is like, hey, we should hang out before you go.
Everybody and their goddamn mothers are hitting you up being like, hey, let's go to the crab shack. God.
Let's go get some crabs at Fisherman's Wharf.
Let's go get some fucking crabs, dude.
Your eyes went dead there. It was just like you weren't looking at anything. So what happened in my life to get me to this point? I'm spacing out. Oh yeah. So like everybody's trying to see you. So like tomorrow is like the only day. Well, I'm working at 5, but then before that I'm doing nothing. Thank God. But then Saturday, getting lunch with my grandmother, then going to work at 5. Sunday, I am going to work, but I have a ton of people coming in, like multiple groups coming in to see me. And then I fly out Monday and I start school on Tuesday. So I will be exhausted.
An exhausted little boy. You fly in on Monday and start school on Tuesday?
Yeah. So I won't even be in the time zone when actually, I
no,
will
you
be,
won't.
Well, no, I kind of will be though, because I'm kind of in it now. I'll be going to bed slightly early for me, but pretty regular time.
That'll be tough, Bob. Yeah, because what time do you wake up every morning? Main time.
Honestly, about noon.
Okay. So that's like 10 a.m. 9 a.m.
Good track.
Fuck. Yeah, whoopsies.
Good math. That's why you succeeded or passed math and every
That's
grade.
why I passed math. Dude, I totally went to college for math.
With a perfect
you know
C.
me. A perfect C.
Perfect C.
C for math.
Every once in a while, somebody will be like, how are your grades? And I'll do like the shitty, obnoxious dad joke of C's get degrees. And every once in a while, people
honestly,
are like, I haven't heard that one. It's like,
in my opinion, asking how someone's grades are is like asking them how much money they make. Don't ask people what their grades are like. God damn it.
know,
It just
right?
makes, no matter how good your grades are, I feel it makes everybody nervous. Just don't
and
ask
slightly
people.
uncomfortable, yeah.
Yeah. It's like, I don't want to share what my fucking grades are with you. It's like asking what your SAT score was. It's like, I don't want to goddamn share it.
That I had no problem with.
My
I don't even
SAT score was
what
bad. I remember what mine was.
Share it.
I'll share it, dude. I don't care. I'll share it.
All right,
I got a fucking... I did worse my second time on the SAT, so...
Did you really?
Yeah, which is weird.
People usually
so I got
do better. Smart kids
the
do better.
first time... I did horrible the second time. The first time I still did bad, because it's out of 2,400. And I got...
It's also like... It's also just... I fucking hate standardized testing. It's just...
So
it's
bad.
set up to stress you out. It's set up in a way that it's stressful.
Yeah.
That was the dumb sentence.
The thing about standardized testing is that it doesn't measure your intelligence at all.
No, it
measures how well
Your
you can work
test-taking
the
ability.
test.
Yes.
Yeah, and for me, I'm horrible at taking tests. I'm absolutely terrible at taking them.
If you have me write a
so
paper, I'll ace it. If you have me take a test, I'll get a fucking C. Even if I know the material, I'm not gonna get an 100%. Guaranteed. Guaranteed.
I was so bad at test taking. And so the first time I took the SAT, I got like a 1490, I think.
I don't think that's like horrible.
It's not horrible because I think the average is like 1,600 or something. So it's still below average, but
Yeah.
The second time though, I got a 1310, which is bad, very bad. But
I don't remember precisely. For some reason, I want to say I got a 1,700, but I feel like that's wrong.
Yeah. Well, I also didn't do. Not only did I not take any SAT prep courses, I literally did no SAT prep at all.
I did a little bit.
None.
I did a little bit. That was
But I mean,
it was fine.
I
got into
didn't
half
use
the
my
schools
SAT
that I applied
scores.
to.
Yeah. I didn't, obviously, I didn't use my SAT scores because I didn't go to school, but even the schools that I was going to apply to, they didn't require your SAT scores anyway, because all of the schools that I was going to apply to were art schools, so they were like, we don't fucking care. So.
Yeah, for me, most of mine were like universities. I applied to 10, which was a lot, but I got into 5.
I applied to a good old goose egg. I didn't apply to a single school.
Goose egg. Yeah, whatever.
Goose. A goose patrol.
Hold on. You just painted a beautiful image in my head of goose police, and they're called the Goose Patrol, and they have sunglasses and cop hats, and they walk around like chasing children and whatnot. Every once in a while, you'll find one like attacking.
Honk, honk.
Out of the way for the Goose Patrol.
Patrol.
We should totally make some like limited edition
Goose Patrol
Trash
shirt.
Goblin, not Goose Patrol stuff, but like just we can do it on fucking like T-Blaster or whatever. Just like the 30-day stuff. We'll talk about that. If you guys would like to see that,
let us know. Maybe we'll do it. Hey ho, howdy, hazes. Let us know.
Let us know. Oh, there's something I wanted to talk about for this podcast. For this one in particular. I want to talk about God's favorite mistake. Omegle.
I honestly didn't know where you were going with that, but I didn't think it was going to be Omegle. But you're accurate. What would you like to talk about Omegle?
Just the whole concept, because I was listening to a podcast called
Omegle.
I like that description for it. What if they started using that on their website, like as their slogan?
God's favorite mistake.
God's favorite mistake. I was listening to a podcast called Still Buffering, and
you should tweet that. That's a great tweet, Andrew.
I will.
Omegle.
But remember,
Omegle.
You take it.
God's favorite mistake.
You do that.
No,
right
I
now.
can't take credit for that.
Credit me in it. I'm not tweeting right now. I told you. Yes, do it, and then just like do like Andrew kind of thing.
You save that one for when you're back.
Whatever. Where was I going with this?
Omegle, God's favorite mistake. You heard it on a podcast.
Oh yeah. I heard it on a podcast where they were talking. So it's called Still Buffering, and it's a teenager and her sister who's like in her 30s kind of thing. And they talk about being a teenager kind of thing. So it's really interesting and funny. But the younger one had to, like, one's a teenager, the other one's in her 30s kind of thing. The other one had to explain what Omegle was to her sister. And it just got me thinking.
That's a great title. That's a great name for a podcast.
Oh, I know, right?
That's a good one.
But it got me just thinking about Omegle and the days of Omegle. First off, is it still around?
Yeah, it absolutely is.
Is there still like a population on there?
Yeah, no, there's still a lot of people that go on there. A majority of the people that go on there, I feel like, I mean, a lot of people, I haven't done one in a really long time, but I used to do.
Yankuses out.
Oh, absolutely. A whole lot of Yunkus,
which is what happened in
right
the
out
past.
on the town. Oh, just every dude in the world just on Omegle, just like waiting for a single female.
Just
it was so
slowly.
bad.
Yeah.
And it's still like that. Chat roulette was worse, though. Chat roulette was way worse.
Boozers. Good old chat roulette.
Right?
Neither were good, but I'm just trying to remember if there are like any good stories from it. From the days of Omegle.
The days of Omegle. Oh, I don't know.
It was just one of those things that was just like, we know we shouldn't be doing this, but this is really fun and really like bad kind of thing. I just got thinking about it. I was like, that is something I am very slightly nostalgic for, but for the most part, don't miss at all.
No, Omegle was just like gross.
Yeah, it was just like a weird.
It was just super awkward too, because whenever you did talk to people, it'd be like, ASL.
ASL,
and then you talk for like 2 seconds, and then they disconnect, and then you never talk to them ever again.
If there was like a mutual feeling of like, oh, you're cute, it was like giggling on both ends for a minute, and then like hang up kind of thing. Like that was it.
When I was like 15, I don't know if I was that old. I think I was probably 14 or 15. I gave a girl my phone number on Omegle. That was probably not good.
That was not a good idea. Did they ever text you?
Yeah, we texted for a bit.
Weird,
right? Super weird. Dude, I have so many random girls' phone numbers on my phone. So many. Because there was a time in my life. There was a time in my life where I was like, when I was a go kind of guy. And so like, do you remember that time when it was just like, I would go up to any girl and just like talk with her and be like, no, don't say what you're gonna say. I know what you're gonna say. Don't.
Mickey Rock.
Mickey Rock.
You remember what I'm talking about though?
Yeah, there was a girl named.
Like
it was
Michaela
close
or
to
something.
Mickey.
And I was just like, Mickey? Like right from the get-go.
Thought her name was
like,
Mickey.
And you're like, no. And then I just went with Mickey and you immediately, and then I kept showing you pictures of Mickey Rourke on my phone. And you're like, all right, well, now I'm never going to text me
pictures of Mickey Rourke.
Like really unattractive pictures of Mickey Rourke.
But yeah, there was a time where I was like, I don't know why. It was very short, but I was super confident. And I was just like, okay. I
had that too.
Like,
I definitely had that too. And I wish I had at least half of that confidence at this point. Ugh.
And like, correct me if I'm wrong, but back then, like, I wasn't like a dick about it or anything. I would just like go up to a girl and talk to her for a minute, and then like.
Well, it was so funny. It wasn't from a like I'm gonna hook up with this chick standpoint. It was from a I want to go on a date with you and get to know you standpoint. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which
I don't know. It was good personal growth, just being like, I am confident in myself that I can go up to this random girl and talk to her for a minute.
Here's the problem. Now you're not.
I'm not at all. If you asked me to do that, if we were walking around, if we were pulling a good old 15-year-old us, walking around in the mall for like 4 or 5 hours, just going back and forth, and you were like, God. Ethan, go up to that girl right now, I'd be like,
4 or 5 hours. It would be.
Oh, I definitely did at one point.
That's too much.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. But you remember those times when we'd be like, hey, Dad, will you bring us to the mall? And then my dad would bring us to the mall, and he'd drop us off and come and pick us up like 2 or 3 hours later.
Oh, my God, yeah. Those are the days. And I remember I would always cram in the back of your dad's car, which had it was the smallest back seats of all. And getting out of that car.
It was a 2-door.
But getting out of that car was always, and will always be the most difficult. Because, like, you have to, like...
It was a Scion TC.
Get your legs weirdly out and, like, scrunch your whole body and just cram jam. Oh, goddamn.
Just cram jam it right in there. Oh, gee willikers.
It was
real bad.
It was an interesting experience.
It was an interesting experience. Oh, very interesting.
Jesus, those were the fucking days. Those were the dog days.
I feel like every time we record, we just get nostalgic over something. We are always talking about shit from our past.
We can never get out of it.
Then what do you want to talk about that's different, you fool?
I don't know. There's nothing else. Ever. At all.
There's nothing else. Only the past.
Only the past remains. The future is an enigma.
Do you want to do a question or something?
Yeah, let's do a question.
Do you want to tell people where they can send questions to you?
Well, sure, beans, you can. If you guys want to send us some questions, you can send them over to trashgoblinpodcast@gmail.com, or you can tweet us too. We usually only check the email for questions and stuff, but you can tweet us if you want to go follow us over on Twitter to get updates about the show and things like that, or just see random tweets that could be from either Andrew or I. You have to guess because we won't tell you. You can go follow us at Trash Goblin Cast over on Twitter. So, yep, that'll be updates and stuff. So, there you go. That's what's happening. Thanks a lot.
This is a question from somebody who we've actually answered a question from before. You just do good questions. How's that? This is from Perfectly Sky. And they say, what is one thing you hate that you wish you loved? And I'm going to open that up broader to be like something you even just don't like, not necessarily hate.
All right, you go first because I got to think about this.
For me, it's got to be Game of Thrones. I don't hate it. I just don't like it. I don't know. I'm just like not a fantasy person. Like,
yeah.
I don't know why though. On paper, I totally fucking should be. But like, I mean, this is gonna start a shitstorm. I'm not even that crazy about Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, me either. It's all right.
It's fine.
I mean,
I'll watch him.
yeah.
But I'm not like, yo, Frodo and his boy Sammy and Mary over here. They gots to be getting to that Mount Doom spot.
They gots to get to Mount Doom.
They gots to get to Mount Doom to get that good kush.
That good kush. That's why they're going to Mount Doom, because they want to smoke.
What if like
it's
Gandalf
illegal
gets in
the Shire?
What if Gandalf busts into the Hobbit home and he's like kind of bug-eyed, like really red eyes, and like a bong falls out of his like front pocket, and he's just like, Frodo, we gotta get that dank perpy-erpy. And Frodo's like, what's that?
Dank perpy-erpy.
He goes, what's that, Gandalf? And he's like, we gotta get that sticky icky, come on with me. And then they go outside and
is that what Gandalf sounds like to you?
Yes.
What does Gandalf sound like? You gotta get that,
Hold on. And then like Sam and Mary are like galloping through the fields, like, where are you boys going? And Gandalf's like,
as they do,
the kush. And they go for the weed. I've made Lord of the Bongs 2.0.
Lord of the Bongs. Well, for my answer, something that
I'm really sorry.
don't. It's not that it's not that I don't like this or that I'm not. Or
you're just not into
that
it.
I hate it or anything. I'm just not into it, and I wish that I was. Is reading and writing.
I thought you were going to say reading
just
Rainbow,
haven't done
and I was about to reach through the screen to hurt you.
Reading Rainbow, I'm just not into it. No, but yeah.
Reading and writing.
I just wish that reading and writing. I have a really hard time reading. Really, really hard time reading.
Yeah,
it's
like
more
when
of
you
an
see
attention
THE,
thing than it
you're
is.
just like, Tahi.
Oh, no.
No, but I wish that I could like sit down for like an hour and read a book.
I have a bad attention
that'd be
span
great.
too. Yeah, I have a hard time finishing
and,
books.
writing. I just like I can't.
I'll get like 3/4 of the way through a book and then just space on it, and then a month later be like, oh shit, I don't know where I am. Or like I'll hit a point.
Oh, shut that.
I'll hit a point and then like take a week off, and then like for like 3 weeks like read the same chapter, stop, take a week, read the same chapter, stop, and then I'll like read the same chapter like 8 times, and I'm like, I'm just not gonna finish this. Because I don't remember what happened even before this chapter. I know this chapter like the back of my hand, but I don't remember the rest of the fucking book. I've been reading a lot more for school, so like I have been forced to read, which is honestly good. Because I like to read, I just don't often, which is so bad because I really enjoy it, and I like the picture that I'm able to create in my head a lot, especially
it's cool.
Like I read. Partially by choice, partially by, oh, fuck, this is due tomorrow. The Great Gatsby all in one day. Like a 200-page book in one fucking day. Because it was like, reading test tomorrow. I'm going to grill you guys. And it was like,
reading test.
I know, right? And I was like, I haven't even opened it.
Funny.
So I blasted through it. And I still remember a vast majority of that book, like literally action for action, because of how, I don't know, I really fucking absolutely love F. Scott Fitzgerald's like writing style, because it just like clicks with my head and I can just picture everything going on. Oh God, it's such a good fucking book. I mean, maybe it's a little trite at this point and just very like cliche because it kind of created all those cliches, but it's so goddamn good. And I wish I did that more often. I just don't. Yeah. As for writing though, I'm just constantly writing because it's a way of like clearing my head kind of thing.
I just wish that I wish I have a really hard time getting the thoughts in my head out onto paper or fucking like, out of my mouth, period.
Right. You ever tried like journaling? Just like writing?
No, I want to though. I got a one of those moleskin notebooks, just like the little ones. Yeah, you have them.
I have like a billion of them.
And I've been writing down different ideas and stuff for like videos and stuff recently, which has been really good.
Good, because I always think of shit and I don't have anything to write. Or like, of course, I have a ton of those notebooks, but I never carry them around with me unless I'm at school. I have like so many ideas for shit and I never write it down, so I never fucking remember it. What you should do is just like 20 minutes a day when you get home, just write stream of consciousness, because the more you do that, the more you do that, the more structured it gets, because your brain likes to structure things well. Like, this is going to sound very humble braggy, but I'm not trying to. That's why I'm good.
No, I get it. You're an arrogant fuck.
No, that's just why. That was a really weird noise. I haven't heard that one before. That's why I'm just like good at structuring essays in terms of like what what's the word I'm looking for? What paragraph should go where? Because like, or paragraphs, what paragraphs should go next? Because I just like write so frequently that I just kind of like need to be. I lost the train.
I lost my trains. It went away. No, but I get what you're saying, though. That's a really good idea to just, like, write every day. And just, like, it doesn't have to be anything good. You don't have to create a story. Just write what you're thinking. That's a really good idea. Because I forget shit all the time, too.
Right. Nobody has to fucking read it other than you. That's like, what I do with mine. I literally have, I think, 2 or 3 moleskins totally filled with writing that I am the only one who has ever looked at any of those pages, and it will stay that way. And I will make sure those die with me. Like, those aren't getting out, because that's like my personal thoughts. There's some shit in there that I don't really want people knowing, you know, nothing bad, but just like, I don't know.
Like how you stole ice cream from a child on the street, you fucking criminal. That's right. I read your books. I read your pages. I read your scrolls.
You read my diary. No, but
you think you can get away from me? You've got another thing coming on you.
If you talk phrasing there,
you've got another thing coming on you.
No, but there's just like sentimental stories in there and whatnot, and just like certain things that I don't like discussing, but I can like write about them there because I know that it's a safe spot. You know what I mean? You should try doing it. I mean, just write for like 20 minutes a day. Like, write until you get like bored or distracted, put it away, and you won't feel bad about it. Like, it is what it is.
Yeah. That's a good idea. I do want to write more things down. Just because I forget shit. But that's a good idea. I'm going to start doing that.
Do it.
I'm going to
do it tonight. Do it tonight.
Yeah.
Do it tonight. I need to do it more because I haven't done it in a while. Just because I'm at my age-old fucking excuse. I'm just so fucking busy. Again,
I thought you were about to say because of my age. I'm like, what the fuck?
Because of my age.
20 years old.
My achy hands. No.
My achy hands.
Which is not a good excuse, even remotely, because I could just take 20 minutes at some point. I just haven't. But I don't know. I write a lot of like essay type of shit just randomly. If I have like thoughts built up, I just like compulsively write essays, which is weird. Or like, I guess op-eds is more an acceptable term. Like, I'll just like have a topic and go.
Yeah.
I don't like, I share like one every once in a while and that's like it. But yeah. Do we want to do one more question?
Yeah, and then the horrible animal for the day?
Oh yeah, we actually didn't do that last week. We totally spaced.
We didn't. Oh shit. So if you guys, while Andrew finds the next question,
I had it, and it's gone to the.
Oh, great.
Oh no! Keep going.
So if we do this thing at the end of every episode, because animals are great, but they
Wait,
can
we're
also
not doing
be.
that yet.
I know.
Okay. Continue.
Well, fine. Well, I'll save it for when we do it.
Okay, because I haven't found one of those either.
Well, why don't we just?
I have the question. I'm ready to go.
Okay.
Okay.
Last question.
So, this is from Taylor, who I think also has sent in a really good question. So props to you. They said, what is one lesson that you would try to make sure that if you had kids, you would teach them that? Oh, fuck, I'm butchering this. The whole thing is, I won't assume that either of you will have kids because society already assumes enough for all of us. But let's say hypothetically you had a kiddo. What is one lesson trait that you would make sure they were taught above all else? And how did you learn that lesson for yourself?
Okay.
Thank you, Taylor.
Okay. I think.
So first off, let's break this into chunks. One, as of now, obviously this might change in the future. Are you planning on having kids?
I mean, I'm 20, so my thoughts may change, but as of now, I don't know if I want kids. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
Again,
we've talked about this
fucking
before.
20 years old, so I mean, my thoughts and opinions could change, but as of now, I don't think so. But
yeah,
whatever.
I have always kind of wanted kids. That's just kind of my MO. I think that would be enjoyable and fun and whatnot. I think kids are inherently funny. They're just fucking weird. Like a kid will walk into the restaurant and just like scream something weird at you and run away, and you're just like, all right, apparently I'm a booger head, like cool. Or like, I don't know, you'll be like holding like a huge bus bucket, and this like little kid will like open the door for you, and they're like, oh, thanks, bud, and they just kind of like look at you like, he thanked me.
Yeah.
It's like oh, run along. So yeah, I've always wanted kids.
I think, you know, it sucks so I've got two. Yeah. But it sucks that in 2017, this is still a thing, especially recently. But obviously, racism is learned. Nobody is like inherently racist from the time that they are born.
Right.
And I would just honestly, above all else, tell my kid that like there is no difference, no matter what religion, no matter what like what you identify as sexually, no matter what color your skin are, everybody at the core is a human being, and everybody should be treated the same exact way.
I think for me that would also be lesson number one. You know, like that is the golden rule. That is the most important thing I think a kid can learn, because that immediately sets you up to understand that you are not inherently better than anyone. So don't treat anybody like shit, period.
Well, and also I think it's really important in what we were just talking about, everybody needs to learn, but everybody also could learn to, you know, if you're having an argument with someone, or it doesn't even have to be an argument, but, you know, like every single person on this earth, like all 7 billion people, or how many people are on this earth now, like everybody's is living a different life. And you don't know what anyone else is going through, you know? Right.
So like teach empathy more than anything. Like they like, I don't care if somebody was a dick to you in that moment. They could have been having the most shitty day that you could ever imagine. Like, period. Yeah. Keep that in mind. Like, don't just immediately assume the worst of people. Like, try to be somewhat optimistic. I think that's the most I would teach. And then I think also just be open and like be open to new experiences, because that is something that I struggle with so much, just being open to new experiences.
Yeah.
Like I am one of those people that I have a really hard time with change.
Yeah.
To the point where my room has legitimately looked the fucking same for 20 years.
Dude, it has. It has not changed.
My walls are still painted the same fucking ocean pattern. And you can go to my...
That's so funny.
You can go to my channel right now and watch my fucking podcast, my music podcast, and look at the walls of my room. It's still the ocean pattern.
It's still the same thing. Yeah.
And
the only thing that has changed in your room is
the
that
amount of
at
shit
one
in
point
there.
you had bunk beds.
Yes,
You had bunk beds at one point, right? Mm-hmm. Yep.
I
That's
had
the
bunk
only thing
beds.
that's changed.
And then I've added stuff to it. Like I've put in a desk. I've put in shelves where I have records. Like I put in a
more or
chair
less
and a
it's been the
TV.
same.
That is the only room in my house that still has carpeting. It is the only fucking room in my house that still has popcorn ceiling. That is the only room in my house that has like one window still.
Yeah.
Because all of the other rooms in my house have changed. I've like never let my parents change it. And like, which is so fucking funny because I go to school across the country. One of the biggest changes you can do, yet I'm still like, no, don't change my room. Like, it's the way I like it.
I don't know. It's nice to come back to.
Yeah. That is a constant, which is nice. I don't know why it's so funny. I was talking to a friend of mine this weekend, a friend of ours. He's a music guru and a math and science guru. You know who I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking about.
And we were talking and he was like, yeah, my parents are moving in November to Portland. They're like downsizing to a like apartment, but it's fucking massive. And I was like, huh, are you like sad at all about the move? Like you've been living there for like 20 years. And he was like, no, not really. Like I don't really care. That's just not something that I am like connected to. And I don't know like what that is. I don't know if that's like materialistic or if that's some sort of like, I don't know. Like I think I don't think he would be the person to like tattoo coordinates of where they're from, which is what I did.
Yeah.
Like I have a connection here. There's some spiritual connection I do feel to here, even though it sometimes this place feels like family and it's like, I can't fucking live here. But I don't know. I do have some sort of connection to here, and
it'll always be a part of you.
Right.
You know,
right.
Like where you grew up and your...
I lost the thread there. That went kind of weird, but you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I do that a lot.
But
Jesus
that'd
Christ.
Be the... No, those
are good core values.
We were talking about having kids, and then it was like, yeah, my friend's moving.
But, well... that's you want to end the show here? We'll
we'll wrap
talk
it up.
about
It's
some
been a while.
horrible animals, but well, thank you guys so much for listening. The last thing that we like to do on our show, for those of you who haven't listened before, and again, we don't know how often we're gonna do these video podcasts. I really like
we're just
doing
testing
this
it
though.
out.
This is
I
cool.
did too. It's funny, as weird as it sounds. I think just being able to see you makes
I was just thinking about that.
It makes us gigglier, I think. No doubt, because we get each other going. But then also, there's a different dynamic for some reason. There's a much different dynamic when I can see you.
It's like we're sitting. It's like we're sitting here with each other,
right? Because when you and I are on the phone,
usually
it's not just like jokes the whole time. For the most part, if you and I are on the phone, it's more serious. So interesting.
But anyway, we don't know if we're gonna do the video part of it consistently. Let us know what you thought of it and if you'd like to see more of it. But
my internet in SF is not incredibly strong, so we'll see.
We'll see what happens.
But anyway, if you want to listen to the show more, this is the 24th episode. So if you haven't listened to the show before, go in the links below and you can find all of
fucking hours to sift through.
Yeah. You got 23, almost a full day's worth.
Kind of a cool experience.
Yeah,
or
that's
not
cool.
experience.
Well,
cool
now you have a whole 24 hours worth of shit to
Holy
go through.
shit, you got a
really
day's worth of stuff.
Real cool. So if you'd like to check those out, go down in the link in the description. Also, you can check out Andrew's Twitter, Andrew's channel, all my shit, whatever.
Yeah, you can just find me at Lanky Ranman anywhere.
Mm-hmm. And then go
except
find
for
the
on Tumblr. It's the Lanky Ranman. I have some I have something there that I did want to quickly plug. I did I don't know if I talked about it last week. I may have. I just noticed that it doesn't. I mean, this is gonna sound rude, but it doesn't have many notes on it. That's the Tumblr thing. So what I did was I'm trying to listen to an album a day this year, and I took the albums that I listened to from January to the end of July, and I put them all in a list in alphabetical order, and I wrote down my thoughts on all of them. So all of them have about a paragraph. Some are a little shorter, some are a little longer.
It's 13,000 words, right?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It took a lot of time. It was a lot of fun to do. And if you're looking for new music, that's a really good place to start, because I'm kind of all over the place with genres. The only two genres I haven't really gotten deep into, which I plan to, I just don't really know where to start on either of them, is country and metal. I have maybe one or two metal albums on the no, not yet.
Yeah.
It's on my next part for the second half of the year's list, which I'll do. There will be some metal stuff, but there's some good stuff on there. Check it out. It's on Tumblr at the Lanky Ranman.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Go check it out.
let's find a worst animal.
A good animal.
Did you already
Or
talk
a bad
about
animal.
what?
No, I'm going to do it now, though.
Okay.
So at the end of every show, we like to... Animals are great, but they can also be fucking horrible. So we ask you guys to send us your worst animal, the worst animal in the world. But tell us why. Why is it the worst animal? You can't just say, the duck is bad because the duck is bad. You gotta say why the duck is bad, huh? It's got a penis like a corkscrew. That's horrifying. Horrible, horrible.
I forgot about that fact. Ducks are great other than that.
Ducks are fucking weird.
However, it would be kind of weird if they had just human dicks.
Yeah, it would.
It was just wow, that looks just like my dick. That would be really funny.
So you can send us, again, questions, emails, letters, whatever, all at trashgoblinpodcast@gmail.com. So go ahead and do that. Andrew, do we have a horrible, horrible animal?
Well, first things first, somebody said lobsters, and you're fucking wrong because they're goddamn delicious. I will eat a billion of those before my death.
I'm ready for the worst animal.
So this one's from...
Dude, I just thought of this. Real quick. At the end of the year, we should do a top 10 of from every worst animal that we've gone through, and do the top 10 worst animals.
Let's
That'd
do
be
it.
Really fun.
I'm down. I'm totally down for that.
All right, but anyway, what is this worst animal?
This worst animal comes from... I'm going to mess up your username here on the good old Gmail. Jadosaurus, I think. And they say, my least favorite animal is the cane toad. Their natural habitat is somewhere in America, but I don't care about that. But some fucker decided it would be a fucking fantastic idea to bring a pregnant one to Australia and fuck up everything good. So in the great down under, cane toads don't have any enemies, which means they can't be kept under control by Mother Nature.
Mother Nature.
Cane toads are also poisonous and dangerous to even our pets. How would you feel if a cane toad killed your beloved dog or cat? I'd be pretty angry, and I would murder that cane toad and leave it out in the yard as a display for the others. Yeah,
to warn the others.
You wouldn't like it. Also, the cane toad population is very, very hard to keep under control, as one cane toad will have 8,000 to 25,000 eggs per year.
How? God damn, they're fucking like rabbits out there.
They're fucking like cane toads.
They're fucking like cane toads out there. Jesus Christ.
And as a final reason, They're ugly as fuck. See attached photo. The attached photo is kind of silly because it looks like they just got eyebrows of skin.
Ew. Well, what was their name? Jade?
Jadosaurus.
Thank you so much for your horrible animal. That does sound pretty bad. Pretty bad.
Man, how do they poop out that many babies?
I don't know. That's horrifying. That's horrifying. Ugh.
Think about
Well, they obviously they lay eggs. They don't.
Yeah, they don't just like shit out babies.
No, they're not mammals.
What if though? Like, what if they're just like, oh, I'm going into labor. 1, 2, 3. Like,
they
3
just like
hours
shoot
later,
them. Rapid fire, fully automatic.
and like 3 hours later, they're like 7,856, 7,000. No, but like imagine walking into your yard and you're just like, what is that like foam on the ground? It's cane-toad eggs. It's cane-toad eggs. And there's like 25,000.
I'd rather be deep in the mud.
No.
If you don't know what deep in the mud is, check out our last episode. That was a really good episode, actually.
That was a fun one. Yeah, we went deep in the mud. I'll tell you that much.
We went deep in the mud. But anyway, this is where we're going to end off the episode. So again, for those of you new listeners, hey, thanks. Not sure when we're going to do this again. We've already said this a million times, but thank you so much for listening. If you'd like to, Andrew, where can they find you?
You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube at Lanky Randman. And then you can find me on Tumblr at The Lanky Randman. Am I missing any? That sounds like just about it.
I think that's just about it. No, I don't know.
That's just about it.
You can find me everywhere.
That's like a decent
Crank Gameplays.
Australian accent. That's better than mine. Do yours again?
Find it out everywhere, mate.
Find it out everywhere. Maybe we'll have some shrimp on the barbie, and I'll bake you a pizza. I'll bake it in the oven because I don't know how to
Maybe
bake
I'll
pizza.
bake a pizza down in the oven down under, mate. All right,
Jesus
all right.
Christ, we're terrible.
And then you can just find me everywhere. Crank Gameplays.
Cool,
But yeah.
Except for on MySpace.
That's right. You got that right. Do you want to send us off there, dear boy?
Bye.
All right. See you later. Bye.